Yo, 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 yo. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Your boy Dub Q is in the building, and I'd like to welcome y'all to the Black Cat Panther podcast, man. Make no mistake about it. You see it already. Come on in, wipe your feet off on the mat. We got a lot to talk about tonight, man. I'm here and I got the gold in the building with you. Your boy Dub Q. Go, what's going on with you?
Hey, same as always. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, man. Look, the combine results are in for the defensive guys, some of the defensive ends, some of the tackles, the corners, the linebackers. I'm telling you right now, I'm excited. We had a lot of guys that went out there and blew. I'm talking blew the wind off of them Gus. So look, between that and quarterback, we got a lot to talk about tonight, man. But Kendall, who impressed you the most out of this combine, brother?
Um, it was I say, y'all know I like Asuka Seat from Baylor, far as the linemen. The edge rushers, some of those top guys, it was I mean, these guys got amazing time, man, on that 40. Fast, strong guys. So I mean, at one time I was looking at what is it, BJ from LSU, and was two play from UCLA, not UCLA, excuse me, from the Trojans, um, USC, and but the man, I seen some guys that I wasn't even on my radar that just blew me away,
Man, look at
and
here.
we can't go too wrong, man. With I mean, it's just a great draft. Everybody's gonna hear me say the whole time, this draft is loaded, man. I call it the COVID draft. That's what it is because these guys stayed in school. They stayed in school and they homed in on their craft, and these and it tells, man. It's telling on them. I mean, it's showing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you right now, everybody who's watching, there's one name for you to remember. His name is Dion Henley. Please keep your eyes on this guy because he is a guy, I'm telling you right now, he is going to be a problem. This guy's going to be a problem, man. So make no mistake about it. Keep your eyes on Deion Henley from Washington State. This guy ran a 4.54, but he has been crawling up the ranks when it comes to linebacker. You're talking a potential late first rounder. This guy started off before the Senior Bowl, maybe at the bottom of the third, and now he's almost potentially in the first round now. So I'm telling you,
Yeah.
this guy's a sleeper. Um, my boy from Auburn, Derek Hall. Derek Hall is an
Derek
edge rusher
Hall. Yeah. Yeah.
like a man amongst boys out there. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Yeah.
I love what I saw from this guy, man. Trent Simpson, he was out there
Uh,
balling from Clemson.
what's my guy from Georgia Tech? He's from Clayton, North Carolina. Oh man, but
What position?
he's the edge rusher. Edge rusher.
Eh, I
Georgia Tech.
got you.
Um, from Clayton, North Carolina, right down the road from Raleigh.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm looking them up. I'm looking them up. Wait a minute now. I ain't seen nobody from Georgia Tech now. I see a lot of Georgia guys. Who you thinking about, Kendall? Lord, Kendall done drop off. Boy, I tell you. Man, make no mistake about it. I love what I've been seeing from these guys in this combine. Some of the fastest guys out there. Owen Papo at linebacker right now. He ran a 4.39. I'm telling you, if the Panthers can get their hands on any one of these guys to come up and be a difference maker. Look, Trent Simpson from Clemson, South Carolina. Look, this guy is a maker. He will get out there and be a difference maker immediately. Nolan Smith, Byron Young, DJ Johnson from Oregon. All these guys are bona fide stars. I'm telling you right now, man, you don't want to miss it,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, did you find the guy from Georgia Tech who I was talking about?
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
Ah,
mm-mm.
oh, you
Nope.
didn't. Okay. Um, Goodness gracious. Well, I get it, man, because I can't do the research right now because I'm on the mobile. And then if somebody called me, so that's what knocks me off the live feed right here. But his name escapes me right now. But at one mock had us getting him with that last second pick that we had. Um, all the I mean, big, strong, fast man. Just and see that would be he's heavier than Brian Burns. So, man, I'm excited.
Look at here. Shout out to Kendall the GOAT, man. Kendall over here. I appreciate the GOAT for pulling up, man. Look at here. Make no mistake about it. If you just get in the house, we got a lot to talk about, man. The combine results. Who looks good? Who's hot? Who's not? Who's moving up the boards? Who's going down the boards? Look, I'm tell you guys right now. There's one guy that's crept up in the old Dub Q's eyesight. He in my eyesight right now, GOAT. He right here in front of me.
Where you at? Who is it?
Drew Sanders, man. Drew Sanders probably was one of the best prospects that I've seen in middle linebacker. And I'm going to tell you why, man. Let me tell you why. I looked at his combine tape, and then I watched him, and I went back and I looked at his stats, and I watched his highlights from last year. Do you realize this cat almost had double-digit sacks at a middle linebacker spot? Double-digit sacks. He almost had at the middle linebacker position. 3 forced fumbles, an interception, over 40-plus tackles.
Q, these guys are fast, man. If you're not like a Tom Brady or something and getting that ball out 2.53 seconds, you know what I mean? You are a sitting duck. Mm-hmm. If your processing skills are slow or your wide receivers can't get separation, in the National Football League in the next probably 2 years or so, 2 to 3 years, these guys are exceptional, man. And when these guys get it, I know they're gonna be rookies next year, and they you have impact players, generational players like a Nick Bosa when he came out, even somebody like Aiden Hutchinson or somebody. But when these guys come year 2, year 3, and actually get it. Problem, buddy. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
A problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I get you. I get you right away. I'm telling you right now, it's getting to the point now where we start to catch up with these defensive linemen are really the same speed of wide receivers out there. And it's getting to be to the point now where you're gonna have DNs out there gonna be playing multiple positions because they're just so versatile. I mean, linebacker, DN. Once upon a time, you didn't see DNs standing up like linebackers now, but they got the speed; they can do it.
Or having to drop back. Yeah. Now they're scheming for them to drop back and cover tight ends.
Mm-hmm. Man, Kendall, what are your thoughts on basically what you've been seeing? What are you looking forward to when it comes to the quarterback date that's coming up?
Well, of course, they're gonna throw a lot of scripted passes and this and that. I look at more than 40 time to see, how mobile these guys are in footwork. I'm not worried about these guys' arms and some of these guys deep ball and all that old shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because all that stuff can be developed. All that stuff can be coached. I'm looking at their footwork. How they set their feet and they 40 time. The other intangibles like that. I see the rest of the stuff. You got to see it in a live game. You got to see it on the tape. Processing skills. That's something. I mean, you can even scheme your system to help their processing skills. So, right coaching staff, the right fit. I mean, man. The top 8 quarterbacks, or what people perceive as the top 8 quarterbacks, that's what I'm gonna look at.
Look, in this combine right here, we got a lot of guys. I want to see We know what the top four is going to be, but I want to see what
Yeah,
can the Taylor McKees do, the Max Dugans do. I want to see
yeah,
how well those guys move around in the pocket. I want to see how
yeah,
accurate those guys can be when they out there on the run. Because, like I said, we know what CJ gonna be. We know what Bryce Young gonna be.
yeah.
I'm intrigued to see Anthony Richardson as well too, because I want to see how much has he learned in the process from being out of college now to the process of where he at right now. How much did he put together in that short period of time? I want to see, can he take his game to the next level right here in the combine?
Yeah. Because see, and then if you like I say, read the national narrative, which I don't read into the national narrative. Those are the four guys that you know the four guys with Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson. Now Hendon Hooker is emerging to be number 5. He's coming into the picture. Hendon Hooker, they got right there. People hoping to fall right there between the bottom of the first and the first of the second round. But I think after his pro day, because I think he still got the boot on or whatever, something still going on with that ACL. But at his pro day, I think it's gonna just take him on up right there with the rest of the guys.
Well, see, and that's the thing, man. When Hendon Hooker, I'm gonna be honest with you, when Hendon Hooker was projected when he was going in college football, he was the third best quarterback in this entire college football site.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then after he got hurt, he fell down, and they let a guy like Anthony Richardson ascend higher than him. They let Will Levis ascend higher than him. But the talent says, the number says, the quarterback rating says he's way better than all those guys. Make no mistake
He was
about it.
cooking. He was cooking before he got hurt. Now he was
Yes, he
cooking.
was. Yes, he was. So I'm under the impression, man, I take a guy for what you give me during the season. During the season, he had way better seasons than Will Levis. He had way better seasons than Anthony Richardson, which we know Anthony Richardson was on the learning curve of trying to figure out everything while he was in college. So with that being said, it's okay. We got this thing. I'm here to let everybody know that the Carolina Panthers are in the business of getting a quarterback. We're gonna get one.
Yeah.
Because it
Well,
looks
see,
like
I'm gonna cut you off for a second there, Q.
go
Now,
ahead.
in the college game, you got to realize it is college. These guys coming from high school, most of them are 5-star, 4-star recruits. Hell, you got so-called better minds, so-called more and more resources. You got more resources from high school to college. Both of the jumps are kind of the same, but then it's a leap from college to the NFL. So a lot of, I put stock in. I got to be careful when I say this because I put stock in watching these guys play in college. And see,
I'm about to say you were going in and out on that one. You had to repeat a little bit of that. And shout out to Fayette Nom in the chat. Zay Flowers has not ran his 40 yet. No wide receivers had. Say that again for us, go. Hey man, no, I couldn't hear you at all.
Oh man, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. No, I just said, well, the coaching is a lot different in college because you see, you don't have a college coach jump all the way up to those pro ranks. You know what I mean? So I don't put a lot of the learning curve. You know what I mean? So the stats and what he did in college. I mean, you got to look at the film and look how he handled the adversity or look at the overall team. It's a lot of things you got to look at when you evaluate this quarterback position and think it's going to translate to the pros because as we see now, this is fact, right? This ain't fiction. Everybody thinks this guy's going to be the next this guy, and then sometimes he busts, right? Well, not a lot of times they bust. So that right there tells you, the transition He could be. You had a lot of man college quarterbacks that was like off the charts. You get them to the NFL, what happened?
Disappear. You already know.
Disappear. So, oh, his stat. He threw for. He was a Heisman Trophy winner. He threw for all these yards in college. They got some quarterbacks that people still ain't broke their college records yet. You know what I mean? But they didn't do shit in the NFL.
Facts.
So let's don't all this stats and all this what they did in college. Let's don't let that just be the big brick wall.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, Kendall. Look, we went so far as to say that the Carolina Panthers were gonna be trading up for a quarterback this year. I don't even see that happening. But the way how everything going right now, these guys seem like they're steadfast on sitting at number 9 and seeing what's gonna happen.
What's going to
Um,
happen?
I'm under the belief, man. I got a guy right now who I think the Carolina Panthers are going to go after. It seems to be that they're all in on a mobile quarterback. It seems to be it's going to because I think they've taken their hat out of the CJ Stroud race. They may be potentially looking at AR-15 or either Hendon Hooker or the possibility of Levis if he fell to him. Out of those three is where I potentially see us being at. I could also see us picking up a Tanner McKee. But that's just one of those things where you gotta make sure you prepare yourself if that happens. Because I'm telling you, man, that's gonna be interesting, man. That's gonna be interesting, bro.
Man,
I'm telling you right
you
now.
know what? You see what you just said? They might do this. They might do this. I thought I had them pegged too. I thought I had them pegged too. But somebody early today, and they made great points. And hell, right now, all I can do is sit back and wait because I don't know what they're gonna do. Q, to tell you the truth, I don't have. I mean, I don't even. I can't come up with anything. Like they might shoot us a big curve, man, on draft night. They might shoot us a big curve right there after free agency. I don't. I can't really 100% say. I thought I had it pegged, but I don't know now. I don't know.
Well, if you listen to Brown, the OC, from what he's been saying, they wanted to make sure that they get a guy that can make all the reads, can make all the throws, and when it's time for it, he can come and play Superman. Now, if I take him by his word, then you look at Scott
Okay.
Fitterer, you listen to what Scott Fitterer said when they were asking him about trading up for getting a quarterback. The number one thing he said, yeah, if you got conviction, you go and you get your guy.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go and you get that guy and he don't pan out, you just threw your franchise back for 3 years. So
Mm-hmm.
if you do that, you must make sure that this guy is that guy. And that's a major risk to take for a franchise that's trying to fill and solidify holes.
Okay.
This
If you said
guy
Brown
is
said,
telling y'all.
uh,
He
If you
told
said
us.
Brown said Superman, this and that, and
Mm-hmm.
then you just said Scott say you trade up, he got to make sure your guy. Are you putting your what's called? Scott also said that the days of the statuist or sit back pocket passer, he almost said is over, but he didn't say, he tried to say coming to an end or not, he chose his words real carefully. He said you got to have that playmaker guy that's able to pick up those yards pretty much with his feet or be mobile. um and then Frank said something kind of not like that, you know what I mean, because Frank does have a type if you really
Mm-hmm.
think about it. So you got an offensive coordinator in Brown, you got a head coach in Frank, and you got a GM. That kind of, if you want to dissect it, saying somewhat of the same thing, and then if you look at it again, they they kind of going three different directions. So once again, I say I thought I knew, but now I can't pinpoint it.
Man, look at here. Look, the biggest mystery right now for the Carolina Panthers is trying to figure out this quarterback position. And we got the quarterbacks throwing tomorrow. So your boy Dub Q will be live again tomorrow We got to talk about the potentials of who's going to be in here. What are we going to be looking for? What are we going to be looking at? The pocket, the feet. What are we going to be looking at? How the throwing motions
Yep,
are. We got
yep.
to see everything to be able to deduce who's the best candidate for us to bring in because I'm telling you guys, there might be a Jake Heena that might fly up under the radar. There might be a Tanner McKee that could come in here and do some things with Frank Wright, man. I don't know. I got my guy already selected and handpicked who I like, but I'm not going to be that guy and just throw it on everybody. So, you know, it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things, man. We got to take it as it comes. But I'm telling you right now, if I had to pick and choose a guy, I want to make sure I set my franchise up because we're already out of the Derek Carr sweepstakes. Make no mistake about it. I think we're out of getting Derek Carr. The whole bridge theory, Kendall, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, being that, and then that could throw us a curveball because I haven't seen no ink get dried yet. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
I can't 100% say because what happened with Deshaun. Everybody thought that was a lock. He going to Atlanta. Oh, we're gonna have to see Deshaun. Matt Ryan went to Indianapolis. You know, they fired him on the spot and sent him on to Indianapolis. So everybody thought it was, oh, they got rid of their quarterback. It's a done deal. What happened in the middle of the night?
Got him up out of there.
Cleveland come up and said, hey, here go the money. Show me the money.
Mm-hmm.
And slid him right from under their nose. Um, so until I see the ink dry, anything's possible, bro.
Man, look at here. Supernova, I was looking it up to see what time do they throw tomorrow. I gotta get the time for you. Unless Kendall, you know what time do they throw in tomorrow with the
What they been doing?
combine?
They've been doing everything around about 3 o'clock. I mean,
Mm,
so I'm thinking they're gonna stay with that.
that'll be good. That'll be good tomorrow. You know, you get a little time in. You get the look. We can't miss a dime on these quarterbacks. Everybody else, we miss defensive end, we miss linebacker, but you can't miss quarterback. I'm telling you that now. You got to be able to find the next guy that can come in and take this thing to the next level, man. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all already see it. The phone number is as on the screen as follows. If y'all want to call in, this is a call-in show tonight. There will be no posts, no links in the chat. This is a straight call-in show. You see the number 843-608-1623. If you guys want to call in and give your opinion, the number is right on the bottom of the screen. Make sure also before you do so, rock with your boy Dub Q, man. That's all I ask. I don't ask for much. I don't ask for much. I just ask that you rock with me. Kendall. Kendall.
Come
Let's
with it.
let's let's talk number 9. And potentially what do we do at number 9? If you got a bridge quarterback and if you don't got a bridge quarterback. Let's lay out some scenarios, man, since we
Okay,
sitting right
okay,
here.
okay.
So the first scenario, we go out, we sign a Jacoby Brissett type of quarterback, whether that's Sam Darnold or Jacoby Brissett, and we got Matt Corral on the roster. What do we do at pick number 9?
I still pick a quarterback.
Okay. Who
I
do you
still
got in
take a
mind?
quarterback. Uh, if you're looking at the way the draft board's been falling, or if you're going the way the wind's been blowing with the little rumors in the wind about a couple different things, I seen some scenarios where the Seahawks take a quarterback, and that just threw the board out of whack. Everybody started panicking um, because Las Vegas jumped up and all 4 of the quarterbacks were gone before the 6th pick. So if something like that happens on draft night, we got to take best player available. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I agree. So
So, go ahead.
instead of taking a quarterback, sound like to me you saying take potentially a defensive player.
Defensive player, that's where it's got to be. Because we changed into the 4-3. So, me not knowing what we did in free agency on that end, we got to take a defensive player because we changing our whole scheme. And sound like they want an elite defense. Didn't Frank say that one time?
That's what he said. I mean,
Okay.
how much is that going to cost us going digging into some of that though, Kendall?
Well, we stand at 9, so I don't see it costing us nothing. What you mean in free agency?
Yeah, free agency trying to buy some of those guys to bring in. Is that going to be expensive in your eyes?
Yeah, it is. Anything's gonna be expensive, Q. If we try to jump up, that's gonna be expensive. If we get some of these free agents, that's gonna be expensive. If we sign Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, that's
Oh,
gonna be expensive. I
don't
mean,
get me started.
bruh,
Not Aaron
we.
Rodgers, bro.
I mean, they talk out there. So, so I say, that we picked up the phone and call Green Bay. Not Green Bay called us. We picked up the phone
Sheena
and called them.
Sheena Quick said that was a lie from Adam Scheffner.
Well, Adam Scheffner got their commercial where they got him like he's in an interrogation room. He picked up the phone, still getting out that inside advice. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Adam Scheffner is the man. When around this time of the year, Sheena Quick, she just been coming on here, trying to bash people and get her name, like that.
Oh, don't do Miss Quick like that, man. She
Got
nice
to.
people, man.
I got to.
Golly,
I got to.
Kendall. What we need you to do, because if Aaron Rodgers is potentially a guy that we're looking at, how do we move forward with the Carolina Panthers if you're getting a 2-year rental, which he is just a 2-year rental?
That's 2 years, man. We can sit there. We do a LA Rams type deal, and probably end up having a Super Bowl appearance if we don't win it. Y'all know that the way I look at it, Aaron Rodgers with this team just like it is. Okay, just say we had this team just like it is, 3-4 defense, whatever. We won 7 games in the NFC South. We won seven games in the NFC South, and we potentially could have had a playoff berth at home. We would have won the division, and we would have had a playoff berth at home. Okay, insert Aaron Rodgers on last year's team. We'd have won the NFC South.
Mm-hmm.
We would have beat Dallas at home. So where would that have put us at? Who did Dallas play after that? I can't even remember.
Vikings? Was it the
Huh?
Vikings? Was it the Vikings they had after that?
Did they play the fight? I can't remember who Dallas played. Who knocked Dallas out?
The Giants put them boys out.
The Giants put them out.
I think the Giants did put them out.
Giants was hot. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say that we'd have beat the Giants and then we'd have played for the NFC Championship or whatever. But I'm just saying. Now you take and you draft in this draft right here, and then you go open up the checkbook like David Tepper's been doing with the Rodgers. I mean, the potential is there. So I mean, I look at it and say like that's a pipe dream because I don't think he's leaving Green Bay and then he brings all his baggage with him for the 2 years. I don't know if that messes up our team dynamic. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I know that supposedly they picked up the phone and called him. That's all I can tell you.
Shout out to the people in the chat. They're saying that the 49ers put the Cowboys out.
The 49ers. Okay. Damn, hell. Oh, I think we could have beat them. You know what I'm saying? I think we could have beat them.
No, sir.
Huh? Shit, man.
No,
40,
sir.
40. To me, the 40. I mean, the 49ers, man. Hey, we could have beat the 49ers.
In what world?
We could be with a Aaron Rodgers
With
in that
Aaron
world.
Rodgers and who else?
With Aaron Rodgers, DJ
Is he
Moore,
gonna catch the
that
ball too?
with Aaron Rodgers, DJ Moore, that offensive line we got. Cause our offensive
No.
line now, tell me our offensive line wasn't better than Green Bay's this year.
It
Come on, bro.
is. It
Thank you.
is. It is. But what I'm
And then
saying
and
is
then who else? Did he have a DJ Moore this year? They traded Adams away, so he didn't even have a DJ Moore this
yeah,
year.
he had a bunch of rookies this year that did pretty good.
How
But
and
these
how much better is DJ Moore with Aaron Rodgers? Oh, he just caught 1,000 yards with bums throwing him the
Kendall,
ball.
Kendall, your only hope is going to be DJ Moore catching the ball because Ian Thomas ain't it. Tommy Tremble ain't it.
We know
God
that.
damn it, Shaw Smith selling drugs. I mean, goddamn, what you waiting on? Plastic Man can't get his ass on the
Hey,
field.
I knew you were getting ready to talk about him. I knew you were getting ready to talk about him. Hey, but what you gotta say? Hey, that's just like Scott talked about him. Scott said, this boy was like 19 years old when he came out. See, he was one of them ones that I'm talking about that should have stayed his ass in school. After he got hurt, he jumped out of school at 19. That's what y'all got to realize about Terrence. He wasn't ready. Straight developmental, but we reached when we picked him up at 2 in the second round.
So we took this cat over. Who? Justin Jefferson and who else? Oh, okay. I rest my case.
Yeah.
The worst
But hold up now. If y'all like to go back to the college stats before he got hurt,
here we go.
before he got hurt, he was over Justin Jefferson in the rotation at LSU, and he was over who?
Kendall.
Jamar Chase.
Kendall.
I'm telling you, Q, you gonna eat them words now, Q.
I'm not gonna let you do Mr. Plastic. Leave Mr. Plastic Man alone.
You gonna eat them. And I'm gonna tell you one thing you gonna do too. When you start eating them words, when that boy emerge, you gonna stop calling him Mr. Plastic.
Mr. Plastic ain't worth a damn. I don't know what part of that you ain't getting.
You gonna stop calling him Mr. Plastic.
What has Terrence Marshall Jr. signified to you to show that he's going to be worth a damn?
I can see the potential.
What potential? What potential are you seeing?
He's a big possession receiver. He's got speed. He got power. He got body control now. He didn't. Did he get hurt this year?
Every year.
Did he get hurt this year?
Every year he has gotten hurt. He started out the beginning of the season. He didn't even want to touch the field.
He was getting over his last year injury. I said, did he get hurt this year?
That's what it is. He was getting over his last year injury. It wasn't a damn thing wrong with that boy at the beginning of this year. Y'all boys make more excuses for this boy here than I ever seen in my life. Somebody trade this cat. Get him the hell up out of here.
Oh, shit, man. Scott and them love him, man. The coaching staff love him, man. They love that boy. Now, watch this guy, man. Watch this guy. Watch him. Watch him.
Kendall. Okay, so I got another one for you. If you say you got faith in Mr. Plastic Man, then you must have faith in YGM.
No, come on now. I done seen enough
Same
of him.
Thing. Hurt 2 years in a row.
I done seen enough of him. I done seen enough of him. YGM ain't did pretty shit.
And what does Mr. Plastic Man do?
And we know that, hey man, anybody can tell you that Terrence is better than YGM.
How?
Come on now.
YGM gave you 2 sacks. Terrence barely gave you 3. YGM
gave me how many sacks?
This nigga gave you at least 2 sacks.
YGM, well, we don't fuck with YGM for 4 years, so you can't fuck with Terrence for 1 more.
This is depressing. Somebody please help me out, man. I just don't understand why y'all so hell bent on Terrence Marshall Jr. emerging. He's not going to do it. I've been waiting for him and waiting and waiting, and he just keep getting hurt every year. I got no faith in this cat. None.
He gonna show you, Q.
Show his ass the door is what he gonna do. But Kendall, you allowing this to escape the fact of we were on Aaron Rodgers potentially coming here in Carolina. Now, how does that happen? And where are we sitting if Aaron Rodgers is at the helm here in Carolina?
What do you mean where we sitting? What do you mean where we sitting? Be a little bit more specific.
Okay, so if Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback, is it Super Bowl or bust or playoffs or bust with us?
And then I'm gonna say like this: it depends on what else they do. It ain't just gonna be Aaron Rodgers. They got to do a couple more things. That's why I say a Derek Carr is not beating down the door to come here. See, because I got to break it down for the fans too, not just not just for your question. Because see, everybody think that we don't have holes on the defense, and now we getting ready to go. We had holes on the defense in a 4-3, and now we're getting ready to go to a 3-4, and we don't have the personnel. The only thing we did on the offense side, just like Q just alluded to, said who we gonna throw to. Only thing we did on the offensive side really was we got a line, we got rid of McCaffrey, and we let Foreman run more as a power back, which kind of let everybody else breathe because McCaffrey ain't 85% of the offense no more. So everybody else got a little time to shine. Running back by committee, things like that, But we still what? We never had no quarterback. So therefore, these guys, I keep telling y'all, these guys are professional football players. Some of these guys have no more football than some of these coaches out here. So some of these guys can come up and say, man, shit, Carolina ain't got this, and that. We ain't gonna win nothing. You know what I mean? So when these guys come in, what you think these guys go in there and talk about when they come and visit these teams? Same thing.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. Brandon, shout out to Brandon in the chat, man. He said Rodgers don't want to come here. I mean, let's be real. For a 2-year guy, and you paying him over $50 million a year, that's not realistic for the Panthers, man. Especially if we didn't want to give away big money for that position. That's too much money to be given for him. Way too much money, man.
Yeah, he wants to go somewhere like maybe like hell the division rival, the Vikings, somewhere that's right there. That's a quarterback away. We're not a quarterback away. You know what I'm saying? Somebody somebody that's got a defense that's set. Somewhere that's got emerging star, young wide receiver, offensive line, pro bowlers, up and down it. He wants to go there. But they just got, 49ers. 49ers. It won't surprise me if
Well, and this is the thing, Kendall. If we were to be able to, because we got a bevy of guys that you can go ahead and get as a bridge quarterback. I mean, Jimmy G is another option that I think will be just as You don't like Jimmy G?
No.
Why? Please tell me why. Because he's the number one on every single level. So please tell me why.
In great systems, Q. Great. Where was Jimmy G before he went over there?
And what kind of system will we have on the front right?
With the Patriots. Systems that's already been in place, that's sit there, that's stout, that's solid. We haven't got that yet. We haven't got to that level yet. We're gonna get there. We haven't got that level yet. I don't think he'll be as successful as he been in his last two landing spots. I don't think he will be as successful.
Well, okay. So X that out. So Jimmy G. You don't want Jimmy G.
I don't want
So
Jimmy G.
you don't want Jimmy G. You got Sam Donald. You got well, first of all, let's explore Sam Donald. Is Sam Donald a guy that we can bring in here and potentially make some noise with?
Bring in here. What you mean bring in here?
What the hell you mean? We need a damn bridge quarterback.
We already had the motherfucker. So why do we got to bring him in? We already have. I'm tired of him. I don't want him either.
I'm sick of the nigga too.
You said
but
bring in here.
We got to bring in a veteran guy to help these young rookies, Kendall. What the hell you mean?
Don't say nothing about bringing Sam Donald in here. We done had Sam Donald the last 2 years. And the last 2 years, what has he done? You want to say what somebody else has done, you know what I'm saying, it ain't done? All this nigga done for 5 years in the NFL is get hurt, get mono, whatever, never finish the season. He ain't won but 7 games. In 5 years, he's won 7 games at the highest. His best season, he gave you 7 regular ass games. He ain't been competitive on shit, man. He wouldn't. Somebody. That's what people been saying. Talking about resign Sam. Sam won't give you a whole year, bruh. You wasting your money.
So Kendall, the Panthers are looking back at Sam Donald after
I know.
Carr thing.
I know.
They looking at him to be the guy to teach these young guys. Now, do you want a guy like Sam Donald teaching your young guys?
No, I don't want Sam Donald teaching nothing. I don't want Sam Donald teaching high schoolers. I don't want Sam Donald doing nothing but going the fuck home. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's it. That's all I want Sam Donald to do. Go home.
Man, look here. Shout out to Supernova. He said you're supposed to take the trash out, not bring it in.
Yeah, you're supposed to. Supernova.
Come on.
Go ahead and talk, boy. Go ahead and talk.
The last couple of games of the season, Sam Donald gave you decent numbers.
Man,
minus that
take the trash out.
Kendall, who else is you going to get other than him and Jacoby Brissett?
My best, like I said, my best look and the way that I seen it, that kept mulling around over my mind was the Derek Carr thing.
I always told y'all if they have to do too much thinking and structuring, that they gonna mess something up. That's my nightmare, Q, right now.
Your sound went a little
You
funny.
feel what I'm saying?
Your sound went a little funny, Kendall.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Look, man, I'm telling you right now, make no mistake about it. If the Carolina Panthers go out and sign Sam Donald right now, one, for me, you'll be in a heap of trouble because if that's the most experienced quarterback you got on your roster, I'll be damned. Now, you got to look at and get a good look at what's out there. Jacoby Brissett is a guy that held it down for the Browns. He held it down until Deshaun Watson came. He did a good job of being solid. Teddy Bridgewater is back out there. Do you reunite with Teddy Bridgewater? I mean, there's a bevy of guys that you can bring in. There needs to be a veteran presence on this roster, bro. I hate to do it. I hate to say it, but at some point in time, you're going to need a guy that can help transition these young fellas. Even if you go out at number 9 and get a quarterback, he still has to be – somebody has to show him the way. I mean, no lie about it. Somebody has to show this guy the way. Somebody has to stand in front of him. Somebody has to teach him what it means to be a pro. And with that being said, you're going to have to go and spend a little bit of change on a quarterback. You're going to have to go and put about 18 to 10 million, between 10 to maybe $20 million on a guy that basically going to come in and just sit on the bench. Well, he may potentially start at the beginning because you got to make sure you get that quarterback ready. And like they said in their interviews, You don't want to rush a guy out there before he's ready, because what you can do is stunt his development, stunt his growth, and the last thing you want to do is put a young quarterback out there before he's ready. So I'm telling you, that's going to be interesting, man. That's going to be real interesting. Sam can back up the rookie because we draft Josh, Frank, and Jim. And Jim is the one teaching the new QB. I get you. Travis Harley, I get you 100%, man. He said, I'll take Jacoby, no Teddy Two Gloves. Hey, man, shout out to Teddy Two Gloves, man. We haven't seen a competent offense since Teddy Two Gloves. That's the last time DJ Moore seen pretty good yardage. So I'm just saying, man, that's one of those things where Teddy Bridgewater reuniting to the Carolina Panthers wouldn't be a bad idea, because you know what you got in Teddy. You know what he could potentially do for your team. He could show your guys the right way. He'll be a great role model, a great guy in the locker room. To me, I'm leaning towards bringing in Teddy Bridgewater. That way he can take his time. If we go and we get Anthony Richardson or Will Levis, we can put Bridgewater out there and let him be a bridge over troubled waters and really show the rookie the correct way to go. I like that idea. I really think that's something that we should look into, because I'm going to be real with you. If we go out and get Teddy Bridgewater and bring him back and let him run
Did they go there?
The rookie gets ready, you might have something. What's up,
Who went that? Who idea was that? I'm sorry, y'all. My stuff keep popping off. I'm like I said, I'm on the mobile. But
the more and more I thought about it, what if we did bring back Teddy Bridgewater?
Oh man, come on, man! Just start the rookie. Just start the rookie. Just start the rookie day. Just start the rookie day one. The hell with it. Just start the rookie day one.
Now you want to make sure that you don't start this. Like, what if you go get Anthony Richardson and you know he's got to sit at least a game or two
before I bring Teddy back? Just start the rookie. Somebody said something beautiful, and I tried to tell somebody something, but they broke it down. And I can't break it down as eloquently as they broke it down, because I don't have the numbers in front of me and I don't want to lie. But they said the first part of the season, how Anthony Richardson interception ratio and all that stuff, where it was. And then as he progressed, showing how coachable he is, how he's like a lump of clay, and how he's learning, because he only played those 13 games. And then from, I say week 6, I guess, to week 12 or whatever, how he just took a leap, and against better teams than he played in the first part of the year. You see what I'm saying? Like the Georgias and the, whoever they played, but they did play Georgia in like the game that he had against them. Even though they got beat, everybody got beat against Georgia. But how you could see him starting to go through the progressions, how you could see the stats, the stat line wasn't lying. Whatever you go by, it showed progression. So this guy right here, Anthony Richardson, can learn, can be coached. And that goes a long way right there. You see what I'm saying? If you have somebody say, oh, well, he's not getting better, they compared it to Will Levis. Will Levis had a good 2021 season. 2022 season wasn't nothing. They trying to say because a lot of his talent that played with him left. But he digressed. He didn't progress. You see what I'm saying? You want the guy that gave you progression. Is that not what we're looking for?
That's exactly what we're looking for, driver.
That's all I'm trying to say.
I'm telling you right now. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you trust Will Levis?
One time, man, when I first started evaluating these quarterbacks and looking at quarterbacks and edge rushers and stuff that was going to build this team. Back before they fired the cancer, because we're looking like our season was going to straight hell in a
Mm-hmm.
handbasket, and I was like some of these guys. I said C.J. Stroud, Will Levis, C.J. Stroud, or bust. Then I started looking at Anthony Richardson. I never was on Bryce. If anybody is just like I don't like Bryce. Bryce is gonna get hurt. People want to make an argument today about Tua, Kyler Murray, and Bryce Young hasn't hit the NFL yet. But Tua and Kyler Murray have had body injuries and stuff like that. Uh, Tua didn't get hurt. Like somebody brought up the situation, like the way Tua got his concussion was, his head whipping back on the turf, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's from a hellified hit. You know what I'm saying? A little man taking a hellified hit. The way I see it.
Lock his ass up. The damn sure
So,
did.
Kyler Murray, he was out this year because of contact. I mean, I see him as 5 years, bro. And if he's going to the Texans, they don't have no offensive line.
Oh Lord.
I mean, so
You trying to say this man gonna have a short tenure?
see the little boy like that, but this is a blood sport, man. This big boy ball, man. You got people telling, you know what I'm saying, a 6'2", almost 6'3" lineman and stuff like that he's too small. They want 6'5", 6'6", 330-pound guys and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? You got to be extraordinary to be, say, a defensive line. What we said about name was Byron Young,
Byron
right?
Young, yes, sir.
Byron Young is right there at 6'2". And if you look at him, he looked like a tank. You know what I'm saying? They call him a tweener. You know what I'm saying? That Aaron Donald type. Fast
Yep.
in a 1-2-3 technique. Can play outside or whatever. But and he ran. I think what he had 4.45 speed the other day.
Look, same numbers identical to Aaron Donald.
Man, you see what I'm saying? And they try to and they label him as small. You know what I mean? At 6'2".
Yeah, they said he was too small to play the defensive end position, and he ended up being one of the greatest of all times, Aaron Donald.
And Byron Young got the same measurements. That's what I'm saying. That's to compare him. So you got this little. I mean, bruh. I don't. That's why I never want a body size on him. Everybody says, the way he throws the ball, the way he makes decisions, the way he processes, all that's well. But one time he's not gonna process, or it's gonna take too long to process, or he gonna juke when he should have shook. You know what I'm saying? and it's gonna be.
That's gonna be his ass when he do that one.
It's gonna be a TV timeout, cuz I'm telling you.
Oh wow. Kendall, you're supposed to give the boy a chance. You're not supposed to put him in the damn coffin before he get a chance to come out.
They giving him a chance. He had the combine. He thought he like he said today, and I clapped my hands with him today. He said he been this size all his life. He was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school at the size he was. He's been a Heisman Trophy winner. He done played against the best of the best in the SEC. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get that to him. You see what I'm saying? He just didn't get small or something happened. He been that way the whole time playing. They was like Spud Webbs and Muzzy Bowles and stuff like that playing against it's exceptions to the rule, up and down it. But I just don't want it. I'm saying for me.
Look at here. If y'all just getting in here, make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe to the channel, show that love in the chat. It's a beautiful one tonight, man. I'm here rocking it with the GOAT. And I'm telling you, man, no other place to be right now on a Friday night than other than Black Cat Panther Podcast. The resurgence of the Black Cat Panther Podcast, man. Look, as you guys all know, everything has gone to a cease or a halt. So I redid everything. We appreciate Big Waves for pulling up on us and rocking with us for the time that he did. We wish him nothing but the best. But going forward, right here, I'm telling you, this is where it's going to be at. The Black Cat Panther podcast is back. Your boy Dub Q is back putting it on. And y'all remember how the old shows used to be, man, the epic times. If you don't, look, I am going to create great memories right here. So, Kendall, I'm telling you right now, make a look at it, put it down on your calendar, figure it out. Tomorrow, the quarterbacks are throwing, and we got to figure out who we want at quarterback. Who are your eyes going to be on at the combine tomorrow?
Of course, I'd be a damn fool. It's got to be C.J. Stroud, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson for me. I like to see my dark horses would be Clayton Tune and Tanner McKee and probably Max Dugan.
Okay, all right. Max Dugan. You like Max Dugan. I heard you keep calling his name. What stands out about Max Dugan to you? Please tell me that.
Hey, you don't get to the national championship game by being a scrub.
Yeah.
You don't get your guy Quentin Jefferson. How many did he have? What he had? 1,300 or something like that? 12, 1,300?
Plus, yeah. 13.
Yeah. So he didn't throw to himself. I mean, just things like that. You got to be a winner. You got to be tough. That's
How
a
does he
leader.
stand out to you?
He gets the ball out. His decision making sometimes is questionable. He ain't that mobile of a guy. I didn't see he had no like the Jets like that. Pull away. I like to see his 40. I guess he's gonna run. He's probably gonna run. He's probably gonna be slow. He's probably gonna be slow. So that's why I wouldn't. If those guys, we had to take those guys, I'm willing to dial it back a little bit. I'm willing to say, hey, let's see what's gonna go down in the second round. I'd even trade back with somebody that wants to that want to do something. If somebody want to do something, if it's like that Tankathon draft that I seen today, where them top 4 guys were gone in the first 6 picks. Yeah, let's trade back. Let's trade back. Let's see if we can do something with somebody and maybe get an extra second rounder.
An extra second round. So what are you gonna do with the extra second rounder?
Oh man, that's where the money is in that second round.
Yeah.
I'm gonna build a defensive line, man. I'm building this defensive line.
Your game plan is to have a super elite defense.
Super elite defense.
Line, a run game, and all your quarterback will have to do then is just basically come in and manage the game. Is what you
be a game manager. That's all I need is a game manager. Then we already have, or what we gonna think is, well, I like I said once again, Q, you got the numbers in front of you. Do you know where our offensive line finished this year?
Panthers offensive line. Let me look it up.
Cause you just said it. That's a formula. That's a recipe. Don't make no mistake that they thinking of something like this. All kind of contingency plans, all kind of scenarios. They thinking exactly the way me and you talking right now. In the Carolina back office. If y'all think they're not, You crazy.
I'm looking. They don't have the offensive listed. All they do is got us as
That's,
an overall offense.
well, I think we were up there. If I'm not, you know what I'm saying, tooting our horn, I think we was up there now, as far as our offensive line. And with that being said, let's just say our offensive line was number 10. So we top 10, right? Let's
Uh-huh.
just say we were number 10. Now, if I go just like you just said, and I get us Suka Seek, Suka Suka Aik, whatever his name is.
Come on, Siaka.
Suka Siaka. I get us because I got 3 now. I go get us I gotta see where them guys will probably, well, yeah, we probably can get uh my man from USC. He got both of them Samoan. They got them names, man. But Tupele for my defensive end,
Mm-hmm.
and I might could go back with another one of those fast defensive ends. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to switch up with what we got now as tackles, and I just solidified our defensive end room because I'm looking at it like this. The reason why they say, well, what damn, why did he pick 2 defensive ends like like that Hall boy or
Derek Hall,
uh yeah, or the other
Byron
cat.
Jones.
No, the other cat from LSU. That
Oh,
he's like
the
253.
Roy, the Jaqueline Roy.
Yeah, yeah, him and it's another edge rusher. By something by just God. He's got a name too on him. But
Mm-hmm.
and I promise you, I get all these names together, y'all. But if I was to get one of those guys, and they say, well, why you end up getting 2 edge rushers or 2 ends or whatever, right? Because of right now, if you really, really want to critique the Panthers, we only have 1 edge rusher.
Yeah,
And that's Burns. You know what I'm
all
saying?
you got.
Because
Mm-hmm.
you YGM, Amari Bono, and Marquise Haynes, I mean, you know, Marquise Haynes would be next, and that's the drop off from Burns to Haynes. I mean, so, and the rest of them, ain't nobody scared of the rest of them. So I go get him 2 ends that can potentially come in as rookies and play the position at a higher
Mm-hmm.
level than what we got right now. So I just solidified our defensive line.
I like that. I like that. For me, and just looking at it, if I start off at number 9, and I know quarterback is my number 1 position, I got to take that all day long. And I'll make sure I solidify that.
Hmm.
And even if there is a young veteran on this team, like a Teddy Bridgewater or a Sam Donald, I'm gonna say it right now, I don't give a damn what nobody say. Teddy Bridgewater is better than Sam Donald.
Hmm.
I'll say that any day of the week, twice on a Sunday if need be.
Well, hold on, Q. Let me stop you for 1 second. Now, so you saying no, not the situation was if the quarterbacks is gone, like in that mock draft that I seen earlier.
Yeah.
If all the quarterbacks, if the top 4 quarterbacks are gone, you still picking a quarterback at 9. That's what you said.
If the top 4 is gone, then quarterback is our number 1 position to get. What I'm
Uh-huh.
saying is if you go and you get a Teddy Bridgewater or a Sam Donald, you already got a
Okay.
quarterback in place that can
Okay.
start for
Okay.
you day
Okay. I got
one.
you. I got you.
But make no mistake, you go out, you get your Miles Murphy, you get whoever's there, the best
Mm-hmm.
available
Mm-hmm.
player that can make an impact right then and there. And then with your next pick, you go and you take a guy like McKee or Hendon Hooker. You go get one of those guys that could potentially take your franchise to the next level. Because with Frank Wright and this Superman crew of coaches, you didn't win and get them for a reason. Now you went and get them so that way they can coach. So put them to good work.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting paid big money. Put them to good work. Josh McCown. Now it's your time to shine and see what all you really do know. I mean, come on now. With that being said, you take a Hooker or you take a McKee and you roll forward with one of those guys, because potentially with this coaching staff, you should be able to coach. You should be able to coach anybody from the dead with this coaching staff. I'm just saying. Now, from there, you can go and you can fill out your roster any way you want, any way you see fit after that. But you make sure you get your quarterback and you solidify that. And from there on out, when it's time to play, you got your guy already sitting there. He might need a couple of games though, Kendall. Might be 4 or 5 games just to sit there to get himself together, to learn what it means, learn defenses, learn what it means to be a pro, learn, the game and how fast it is. And as you see, you got D ends and linebackers running 4.3s and 4.4s. So it's gonna come fast. My man said Teddy has zero leadership in here. Man, look, all I'm saying is he's better than Sam Darnold. I mean, let's be real. Miami took him, and look what he did in Miami when Tua went down. So, I mean, come on now. Let's not cast the guy out like he's just a pile of dirt. The guy is still a competent backup quarterback. He still can get the job done. I mean, realistically, it's either you pick him or you go get Sam Darnold, who you've seen for the last couple of years been messing up everything. You got to cringe. Look, the time is over for us to sit at the TV and cringe every time Sam Darnold drops back, because you don't know if he's going to potentially throw a game losing interception, or you don't know if he's going to throw a damn or if he's going to fumble or
dart. You know what I'm saying? Straight down there.
Some way.
Run the ball for a touchdown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have a great game that he don't have no mess ups in, or if he just fucks the whole game up. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're gonna get with it. You don't even know if he's gonna finish a season. I mean, sometimes we just so thirsty for a quarterback, man, in Carolina, that we'll sit there. It amazes me how we sit there and just shit it on Derek Carr. But you say you'll take Sam Darnold? Cass is saying, I don't want Carr, but I want Sam Darnold. I run it back with Sam? Seriously?
I can't say that. I can't say that with Sam Darnold. Look, if it was left up to me, I'd say get Sam the hell up out of here, man. Because at the end of the day, what
Sam should have never been here. The way I see it, should have never been here, man. That was a desperation move because we didn't get Matthew Stafford. Sam should have never been here.
I agree 1,000%, man. So yeah, this is one of those things, man. We can really look to chop at this thing tomorrow, because, like I said, we got the combine coming up tomorrow. Your boy Dub Q is about to be dropping a couple of series of videos. Well, we're going to be going all the way across. So make sure if you're out there, you tune into all the content that I'm going to be dropping. Make no mistake about it. I am back and I'm better than ever. Look, the motivation is here. Let's get this channel back up off the ground. I'm loving what I'm seeing right here. And I appreciate all you guys for just being here, because you guys make this show what it is. And I have to say, man, it's just been a pleasure to be able to rock with you guys and come and chat with you guys. I enjoyed myself, Goat, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. Like you said, that the quarterback situation and everything's gonna be there. We got a lot of stuff to address, man. A lot of stuff to address. Don't think we just a quarterback away, y'all. Like this draft right here, and we draft a quarterback, we just gonna march into the great beyond or something like that, man. We let's calm down a little bit. We either got to be patient or we gonna give up the house. I mean,
Yes, sir.
that's what it's gonna boil down to.
Yes, sir. So go. I hear you got a show coming up with ATVs, man. Could you tell me about that?
Yeah, it's the show is called the network is gonna be Mud Inc. Outlaws TV. Well, you can go to Mud Inc. Outlaws right now on YouTube and look at some of the old footage. I love for y'all to like and subscribe. But we getting ready to put up new thumbnails, new artwork, and some of everything come the end of March. Around April the 3rd, we're gonna launch everything. So look out for it. It's gonna hit you boys like a tornado. I mean, y'all wanna see what I'm into? I'm into Harley Davidsons. I'm into big mud and 4x4 4-wheelers, cars, and we're gonna be showing y'all. We're gonna be going to car shows, bike shows, different dealerships right here in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. We're gonna take the campers, the RVs, and we're gonna be camping at different campsites. The goats just in the streets, man. Always in the streets. So y'all gonna see a lot of things, man. A lot of different episodes where my family and friends involved in a lot of stuff. We cooking and just some of everything, man. It's gonna take you some of everywhere.
I like that.
And also, the goat's gonna do some things with excuse me, because we done changed everything. Uh, the goat's gonna do some things with Black Cat, man, and with the Black Cat Panther podcast, and I'm gonna bring a segment to y'all. It's gonna be called a GOAT. Go
That's
on and
right.
talk. The acronym for the GOAT. Go on and talk. So look out for that. We coming
Man,
hard, y'all.
man, I can't wait, brother, man. Look, the sky's the limit. I know every blue moon you're gonna be on the lookout for that actual episode that will be coming up called Goat Talk featuring the GOAT. I am so ecstatic to bring that to this channel, man. Shout out to Kendall, the GOAT, man. I appreciate him for just, being a brother that's right there, right where he need to be. So I appreciate it, man. There's nothing but love here. I appreciate all you guys for just showing that love as well. Look, we're gonna be right back in your face tomorrow. You already know what time it is, man. It's combine time tomorrow. This has been your boy Dub Q, man. So y'all see it. Subscribe to the channel. You see the cash apps. Money sign Dub Q09 if you want to show some love. Super chat me. Look, I'm right here. We ain't going nowhere, man. We got a team over here, man. Show the team some love. It is what it is. Hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow.